Before we get started, a big thank you to all of my supporters over on Patreon and on Twitch, with the Patreon people coming up on screen now. A big thank you to my legendary supporters, Mike, Kira, Truck Driving Gamer, and Obi-Wan Kanzi. Thank you guys. I really very much appreciate it. If you would like to help support me and the channel, then you can head over to twitch.tv/mandatoryquest and drop a sub over there. Or you can go over to patreon.com/mandatoryquest and become a Patreon member for some early access to some videos and some behind the scenes stuff. Okay, so for today's session then, we were planning, if you watched the last episode, in the last episode to go and do the Drifters retirement scenario, which is Sacred Grove, is it called? Sacred Soil. However, it has been brought to our attention by Dwarf that we actually can't play that scenario yet, because there is another scenario that we need to complete as a prerequisite to be able to complete that scenario. So wasn't expecting that. So although I know if you're watching this on YouTube right now, you'll be thinking, hang on a minute, this isn't the scenario that we were supposed to be playing. Yeah, that's because we can't go and play that one quite yet. So what we've done is I've pivoted back to what is the Algok storyline. So this is scenario 5. So this leads on directly from scenario 4, which was the one where we picked that we were going to side with the snow speakers. So this one kind of flows on from that. So that's where we are currently in it. We have new enemy types. We have ice wraiths for this particular scenario. I need to apply the negative condition here on my Deathwalker. And we also... has it given me the extra health? I think it has given me the extra health, or not given me the extra health. Should I have 8 health, or should I have a little bit more than 8 health on my Deathwalker? I should have 9 health from my traveling cloak. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, so we've got ice wraiths in this particular scenario to deal with. Yeah, this scenario has got like a fairly innocuous start, but I think it will ramp up and be a bit more difficult later on. We are still playing on +1, so I am playing solo +1 at the moment. And we'll continue to play on +1 until it feels maybe too easy, and then maybe we'll go out to +2. I'm just going to play it by ear. I'm still very conscious that I want to make good progress in the game, and failing too many scenarios is not really what I want to be doing. Obviously, the last scenario, it was an incredibly hard one. So perhaps, you know, that was about right for what we wanted. So ice wraiths are evil, but really tactically interesting. Yeah, so the first thing, like as I was saying just a minute ago before I started the recording, was that the ice wraiths are very interesting because the regular ones have shield and curse, but the elite ones have ranged retaliate, range 2 retaliate, and they have wound. So this is the first time that I can think of where the elites are different than the normals to an extent where it's like a completely different ability. Because usually you would expect here that, oh, okay, the elite has like extra shield and maybe an extra ability on top of that. It's quite rare that they would like, okay, so they don't have the shield. So the elite is actually almost easier to kill, but is going to retaliate back on you, which is obviously going to hurt. So it's interesting that they're actually almost like two different enemies to have to fight. They also both have the same amount of health, even though they are an elite and a regular, which is also kind of interesting because usually the elites will always have 1 or 2 or 3. You know, they'll always have some more health usually. So it's a little bit different. They do have more attack and stuff as well. So the elite is definitely the enemy that we want to take down fairly quick. I would think that the Deathwalker is going to be really good at taking down this elite because of the range retaliate does absolutely nothing to her with her suite of abilities, so that's always quite good. And yeah, we'll kind of go from there. But so let's start. We'll get Frozen Crypt up on Fortella, and we will go for it. Would help if I had. I have not booted up. Forgotten Circles has similar things, but those are quite different. Ah, I see. Okay. See, I haven't played Forgotten Circles, so. Interesting. The town square of Frosthaven. Oh, what the last one we did? I think like the last one we did, Ice Flows. I think we would more describing it as like the Oozing Grove of Frosthaven. Although I feel like Oozing Grove was probably still harder than that scenario. But they both had similarities in the sense that, well, I think like most hard scenarios in Gloomhaven and Frosthaven have similarities in the sense that it's usually like, okay, the RNG here can play a much bigger factor than it usually does. And that means that sometimes it's much more difficult to win. Like you need a little bit more luck to kind of get there. Whereas, you know, a regular scenario, you can kind of maybe miss a couple of times and maybe you can recover from that in a regular scenario. But in a scenario like that, which is so tight and goes the distance for stamina, every attack matters. So if you miss on a crucial attack, it's really, really difficult to come back in a scenario like that. And you can play on. You might play on for another like 10 rounds and you'll lose. You'll come up like 1 round short and it'll be like, yeah, if I didn't miss on that attack 10 rounds ago, you know? Or, oh, I really wish if they didn't play that ability at that particular time or something like that. That's the kind of like the small margins on really hard scenarios. Hey, Dan. Watching live from the airport lounge in Dubai. Ooh. That's very fancy. Does that mean that I can say that I've been to Dubai now? I think that counts, right? I'm going to say it counts. Number 5.
The Whitefire Wood stands against the frozen waste like grey, unflinching ramparts. The trees have grown tall and wide, bunched densely together to create a defensive line closer knit than a phalanx of Valrath infantry. But this is where the Snow Speaker sent you, so there must be a way in. The entrance, which you find only after an hour's search, sits like a gate in the wood. 2 enormous trees guard either side of a snow-packed trail, and just past the opening is a figure covered in white fur, hunched over, eyes looking back. An Olgox. You lock eyes long enough to take half a breath, and then he turns and runs deeper in. You give chase. The path is trod snow and rock, a road used often, which is just as well. You barrel down it, trees whipping past your periphery, your muscles recharged by the sight of your quarry. However, just as you're certain you've got the Olgox cornered, you turn a corner and find the huge Olgox waiting for you. It's hunched in the middle of the trail, facing you, but its fists are planted firmly in the snow, a smug grin cutting its face. Not good. You charge forward, ready to leap. But before you can take 2 steps, the ground shakes violently. Large fissures erupt in the earth, the trees buck, and like summer-thinned ice, the ground beneath you breaks away. Thankfully, the fall is short, and you land without serious injury. You cough as the dust settles, and find yourself in an open pit deep enough for 4 Olgox to stand on each other's shoulders and not reach the top. Dirt walls rise up on every side, soft, loamy soil that will make the climb back up difficult. As you stand there looking up at the white sky, a noise creeps into your ears. It's a thin, wispy howl, like the wind coming through the walls of a poorly built house. You turn, and ethereal shapes emerge from the dark, cast in a blue, whirling haze. They hover above the floor, their forms shaking in the gloom, and wherever they move, a layer of frost grows thickly across the floor. They are coming closer now, and the air is getting cold.
Ooh. Cool. We didn't do a road event before that. I need to remember to try and do the road events before that, because thematically it sounds weird now. But we also need to do a road event, and we're going to do road event 4. Been here for a week of work. 2:40 a.m. flight back to Perth is less than ideal, though. Oof. Yikes. It seems that I discovered the stamina potion last outpost. Actually, to be fair, I discovered it the outpost phase before that. But we actually discovered the muscle potion last outpost phase, which gives us strengthen. But we also had enough to get another stamina potion. We had enough stuff. Summer Road Event 4. Have we done this one before? Nope. Yeah, we have. Huh? Am I drawn from the wrong side? Oh, it's a shuffle one again. We're just getting a lot of the shuffle ones at the moment. Okay.
Just outside Frosthaven, right where the road begins to become less traveled, you find a man in dusty white vestments. A few burnt down candles are on the ground next to him, dripping wax onto the rocks. The young priest holds out a bowl for offerings.
Would you like to make a donation? I would be happy to extend the blessings of the Great Oak to you as protection on your journeys.
Oh.
He sees your trepidation in turning over hard-earned gold.
The sanctuary sent me here to set up a shrine, but unfortunately I was set upon by robbers. I just need a bit of time to earn back the funds, that's all. And my blessings are nearly as good as the ones you'd find elsewhere.
Option A. Make an offering at the improvised shrine.
I think we're going to do it this time. We did last time. We couldn't do it. We had no money.
It's clear this is an easy mark. Steal from the offering plate.
So how much is it each? 5 golds. So 5 gold. I don't think I have 5 gold on each character though. Drifter can do 5. But Deathwalker doesn't have enough. No. Okay. I've marked the first box. I guess it's just, yeah, we just got kind of a bit weird. I'll keep an eye on it, but I'm pretty sure we did shuffle, I think. So... Oh, I tell you what I might have done. No, I think I know what I did, actually. I think I know what I did now. Because I swapped the decks around so that they were facing me last time. Let me have a look at the other ones at the back. No, you see, that one's different, though. So maybe it is shuffled. No, okay, I think... I'm just... I think I'm okay. I think I did shuffle it. I think I did do it right. We're okay. I think. What the fuck is that? We've had that one. I'm a bit unsure. I'm just going to say it's fine for now. The one underneath that one is a new one, so it's not like the one that we had before. So maybe I did shuffle them. It's possible that I just started drawing from the other end of the deck. Because I switched them around in the box a little bit. to try and make it a bit more, like, make sense that when I was looking at them, I could see the number immediately. So I did kind of move them around a little bit in the tray a couple of sessions ago, just off stream, just to make it a bit easier for me to manage. And I guess there's a possibility that I've accidentally flipped them. We've only done a very small number of events, so... Did I add new summer road event? Honestly, I think I did, but I can't say for sure if I did or not. I think I did. But anyway, I checked the one that's underneath that one, and it is a new one that I don't recognize. So it's not one that we've done before. So that would imply that it is shuffled. Or I guess the other thing it could be is that the other ones below it were ones that we had to get rid of. That could also be the case. I don't know. Let's just leave it as it is, and I'm not going to worry about it, but I'm going to keep an eye on it, and it is possible that that's what happened, because we did have the same events back to back twice, so it is quite possible that I accidentally just drew from the other end of the deck. What I might do is I might actually take them out of the tray and put them into some kind of case for next time. Because before, I've never made that mistake before, because usually I don't have them like sideways in the trays. I would usually just have somewhere, like I would just put them face down somewhere. And then of course you just put them on the bottom. It's quite easy to just manage a deck of cards that's like that. So I think that's probably what I'll do, is that I'll get some kind of like container for them between now and next stream, and I will just make sure that I put them, and I'll just keep the inactive ones in the tray, so there's no chance that I can accidentally draw from the wrong side or there's any kind of interference there. So I'll just do that for the next stream, just so that we're like doubly sure that that's working. You usually have a block of the insert to throw all the used cards up there. Yeah, I do too usually, but it's the dividers and stuff, like it's quite close together. It is giving me a little bit of anxiety just looking at it, how close together it is. Like, it would be very easy for me in a rush to just accidentally put like a card into the wrong area, just because they're all so close together. You know, the dividers are there, but you have to be very careful to make sure you put it back in the right place. Used to remove them and put the used events in a plastic bag. Yeah, that's actually what I did too. For my Gloomhaven, is that if the card was like never to be used again, it would go in a separate bag that would then kind of be put aside. It's the shuffling ones that are a little bit more awkward, but yeah. I mean, to be honest, you can usually put them alongside the inactive events anyway, because like you'll just never be called for them again. So there's no harm in just putting them in a stack with the other events that you just haven't drawn yet, or you haven't been told to draw or add to the decks yet, because well, that number will never be called. So you can just put them alongside them. So that's probably what I'll do, is I'll just put all of the ones that I'm just basically not active in the box, and I'll get a couple of trays, and I'll just put the active decks together. We'll be swapping over to the winter one soon too, so. Okay, so battle goals. So let's get our battle goals sorted, shall we? The dividers of yours have some damage because of your big fingers. Yeah. Get a bit of a shuffle. I haven't really shuffled these battle goals very well, so I'm going to give them a bit of a riffle shuffle. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, so for the Drifter, we have Assistant, Ravager, and Wallflower. Assistant Kill an enemy attacked by any of your allies earlier in the same round. That's pretty easy. Ravager, perform 2 actions with lost icons in the same turn. Does playing our abilities count as that? I think it does, right? We were talking about this last time. I'm pretty sure like playing our actives actually counts as that because they are burns. So no, that's a free tick right there. And then there's Wallflower. Each of your turns adjacent to a wall, obstacle, or objective. Now that actually is kind of interesting, but I guess the problem with that is that oh no, we'll be next to a wall on the first turn. That's super easy to do actually. Wallflower seems like depending on what happens in the next room. Wallflower's kind of spicy. How many ticks are we away? Right, it's a fresh block. Wallflower seems kind of easy.
A little bit spicy.
Could make it fun too. Wallflower looks okay for the starting room setup. It does, but looking at the material list, room 2, not so much. Room 2, not so much. But we can just hog the wall, right? All right, let's try Wallflower. And then on the Deathwalker, we've got Recluse, Overachiever, and Closer. So Closer, kill the last enemy to die in a scenario. Overachiever, kill an enemy and open a door in the same turn in either order. And Recluse, never end your turn adjacent to any other character. Gain 1 additional tick for 4 characters. I guess Recluse is kind of interesting with Wallflower. But you see, Wallflower is like... I don't know if that'll end up being... I guess I can do that. We can probably do Recluse. We've got two battle goals that are kind of similar in ways. Like, they're both trying to do the same kind of things. Okay. So, scenario goals. The scenario is complete when all enemies in it are dead. At the end of that round, read 38.1. Scenario effects. Each character suffers 2 damage, which we've done on the Deathwalker. Section links. When door 1 is opened, read 7.2. So all we got to do is kill these guys and move on, basically. All right. Let us try. I want to check this camera a second. You guys see that okay? I realized I don't think I set this camera up properly today. Oh no, I did. Holy cow, it's actually remembered my settings from last time. Oh, that's good. It's like the first time that's ever done that. It usually immediately forgets. Okay, well, we know we want to play Crushing Weight. I think what we could do is starting hexes. We can start these 4 here. The classic opener. Continuous health and crushing weight. Then for our Deathwalker, I think... Now, is this this doesn't look like an Eclipse scenario, or at least not immediately it doesn't. I think what I might do is I might just make Call to the Abyss and make a token that way. I think it's like, let's get the summon going nice and early, huh? And then we'll stamina potion back Call to the Abyss maybe and play it for the top this scenario. Let's see what they do. I have no clue what these guys do. Right, Drifter first? Okay. I got like a lot of cards up here now, huh? Alright. Alright then, what does this do? 95. All elite ice wraiths become normal, and all normal ice wraiths become elite. What? Heal one for self. Move for 3 or 5. What? Is this? This isn't permanently, right? This is just for this round? No, they... Oh, so I'm going to need more bases out? Is that what you're... That is... What? Is there a button for that? I guess it doesn't matter. So I'm going to need to, like, swap their bases. Seems Secretary doesn't have to switch form. I guess not. I guess what I'll do is I'll just trust the bases. If we swap the bases, then it's fine, right? Like, as long as I remember to do that. Oh, no, hang on. Has it done it? No, it hasn't done it. No. Just put the other colored base on their head and switch them upside down whenever they change form. That's actually like Giga Brain. Although we'll be fighting upside down wraiths. They have hats. They got hats now. Okay. So weirdly then, so the elite would go first, which was this one. So he's going to take his turn first. Even though he's swapping, he's still going to take his turn first because in initiative order, the elites would go first. So he's a regular, so he's going to move 3.
Nice.
Straight in. And he's going to attack for 3. With Curse. Right? Onto the Drifter. So 3 with disadvantage and Curse on the Drifter. Okay, so 2 damage. And a Curse. Okay, so that's that one. So then this one will now go. And it can move up to 5. No, hang on. Is the elite... The normal has range, but the elite doesn't? Is the elite melee? What? It says normal for elite. So elite is melee, right? Yes, normal's range, elite is melee. Oh, great. Okay. So, considering they have flying, he's just gonna bomb over there. So he's gonna attack for 3 with disadvantage. Crude armor already gone. That would be a miss. So that's a miss, but a wound. Wow, okay, these guys are no joke, huh? Good disadvantage. Yeah, worked out pretty well. These guys are no joke. So where do I want to put the summon? That's the kind of awkward thing. I guess the summon's going to attack whatever, really. The normal's not great. So he's called to the abyss, and then we will make our shadow beast. Shadow beast. And then we will stamina potion and get back called to the abyss. Three is in the wrong spot? Why? No, he's a melee because he changed to an elite. Right? He's melee right now. So he was a regular, then he changed to an elite, so now he's right. So two was raised. So he might not have to. Yeah, he might not have to have moved as far forward as I made him move. Where was he? He was like here. They had like range 4, I think. Yeah, so he'd actually go just like there. And then he gets line of sight. Yeah. So he would have just moved like 1 step forward. Yeah. Okay, so next round. This is going to be like super... This is going to be super difficult now with this guy. With this retaliate. Unfortunately, my summon is just going to immediately kind of get blown up a bit here, huh? Maybe the summon's not a good idea because of the retaliate. It's just bad. I suppose it'll get an attack in, but it's not really worth it. Time to make that horn? No. Not for just one enemy type, I don't think so. I think I want to Fortitude the regular, I think, who's back there. Doggin! Thank you so much for the resub, buddy. 15 months of Prime. Appreciate my man. Good to have you back. The quest continues. Hope you had an awesome week, dude. Looking forward to the weekend. Good to have you back. I think I just go and try and Fortitude the regular and hit him for a big damage here. And then probably... Probably just Fluid Knight. Then I have Dark, which I can use Dark for a little bit. $16? Whoa. Hold your horses there, buddy. Alright. So Elite's gonna go first. It's gonna attack for 4. Wow, these guys are mean. Jesus. Oh. Better be lucky than good, huh, chat? Better be lucky than good. Then... 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the Drifter will get attacked again by the other one. Haha. Gloomhaven giveth, and Gloomhaven taketh away. Okay, so that's an attack of 6. Can I take 6 damage here? Yeah, I think I probably can. Don't like it, but I think I probably can. We need to kill one of these things quick. You gain some, you lose some? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so that's their turn over. It's pretty mean. I think I'm going to use Amulet of Life to heal up for 3. Then I'm going to use Draining Arrows to go 3. And then because I'm adjacent to exactly one enemy, we can move back Continuous Health. Oh, we should have gained an XP for that Continuous Health use as well. Then I'm going to use Fortitude. Going to use Crushing Weight to attack for 5 with PS2. Five. And that is number 2. Not bad. And an XP again on the Drifter. Okay. It would be really good to maybe do that again on the next turn, so maybe I get it back. Thing is that it would take me to an odd number of cards, but Fortitude is just so good against this one enemy in particular. Yeah, I think I'm going to use the Stamina Potion and get it back. Nice early Stamina Potion usage. Let's not screw around. These guys are pretty scary if we don't deal with them quick. We'll get Fortitude back. App is dead. Beautiful. Need some strong tape to fix it. I think yeah, I either need to fix it down, or I need I think maybe I need to buy a new cable, or I need to like clean out the port on my phone or something. I think that might be it. Okay, so that was a pretty nice draw though on this guy. So let's go on to the Deathwalker's turn. So the summon's going to take a go. This is not looking good. It's going to attack for 3. I mean, if it does any damage here, I guess I'm kind of happy. 2. It does not have shield because it's the elite form. This unfortunately will take retaliate and die. Very quick Shadow Beast there. Next, I will use Call to the Abyss again. Gotta try and kill this thing very fast here. I'm gonna take some retaliate damage, but I think it's probably worth it for doing this. So Call to the Abyss to place Shadow Token. Then we're gonna use Shadow Step. So move 3 and then do an attack of 3. Three. And I take 2 retaliate damage. Bit risky, but hopefully we go early enough next turn. It's going to be okay. Shadow Beast down. Right, so we know we want to do Fortitude and probably a heal here, I think. Pretty low. 14 initiative, hopefully that'll be early enough. So we'll do a bottom heal on our Drifter, and we'll do Fortitude again. So 14. And on the Deathwalker, we're going to go for the big attack. So we'll go Restless Spirits top. Then potentially Eclipse, maybe? I can't end my turn next to the Drifter. That's always going to be a bit awkward. Yeah, I guess I can go on 10, so maybe I'll just use Eclipse to just have a big move. Or I could loot, I suppose. Do I want to loot this token? I could just loot this token, right? There's nothing to say I can't loot a token. There's nothing against looting tokens. And we can go on 13. That's pretty early. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do Restless Spirit. So we're going to attack for 3. Consume this. To attack for 6. 1 XP. And a curse. We'll use Spyglass here. We may as well. Gain advantage. That does mean that we may not get the curse off, but we don't really care. If it's dead, it's dead. That is ideal. Okay. So that's 7 damage. Oh, he's on an obstacle, isn't he? Oh, I can't get his loot. I forgot that he was on an obstacle. Dang it. Now it seems dumb. I guess I'll move there and make dark. Flexible slippers time. Yeah. Okay, so Drifter time. So the first thing we'll do is we'll use Fortitude and we use Crushing Weight. So we're going to attack for 5 with Pierce. Did. Then to be honest, yo, what's the Devil Golem? 5, 6, 7. 7 versus 9, 8 versus 14. I'll just heal myself up for 4 here. Gain an XP. Easy. The loot don't drop from the obstacle. No, wherever an enemy dies is where they drop their loot. So unfortunately, unless I play like a loot 1, I'm not getting that loot. And I do have a loot 1, but it is in my discard pile and I have a full grip of cards. So yeah, that's not happening. We're just going to make our way now towards the door and see how we do. This scenario could be over quite quickly. I presume there's going to be like some really crazy thing going on in the next room that like really extends the scenario in some way. Because otherwise this has been, you know, very simple. Probably like there'll be a room of like 5 of the wraiths. Like dealing with 2 of them there was hard enough. Right, Drifter on 70. We'll loot and we'll move a little bit. Never end my... Oh, okay, so I can go before him. That's fine. We're good. Alright, Deathwalker first. Let's do a big move. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll just use Fluid Knight for nothing. Big load of nothing. Then on to the Drifter, who is gonna do a loot 1. I guess it doesn't really matter how I do this. I guess I could go back and loot, couldn't I? Yeah, I mean, I've got loads of time. I'm gonna do that, actually. So we'll move to... We'll just move to there. Move a token back. We'll move a token back on Crushing Weight. Got loads of cards. And then we'll do a loot 1. Because like we can get that loot anytime we want on the way through. Ooh, Corpse Cap. We haven't had one of those yet, I don't think. Nice. Okay, we'll take that. New herb unlocked. All right, next round. Like, there's really not much to do here, except for, like... Okay. Let's just... move towards the door. Right, so Deathwalker is going to go first. And we're just literally going to move 3. Get ourselves in this kind of corner. And then we won't do anything with the top of that. Drifter time. Use this as just a default move 2. 1, 2. Onto the loot. And then we'll use the top of sustained momentum. And we will just tick back crushing weight again. Then we get to loot this. A coin. Next round, like, honestly, I'll just play 2 cards on my Deathwalker just because, but I'm not actually going to do anything. Neither of my cards will do anything, so I'll just go, I guess, as early as I can. Drifter's in a similar spot here. We just move to the door. I guess with Recluse, I won't be able to end my turn. I won't be able to long rest, right? It doesn't say except for long resting, so presumably I'll have to be a bit careful there. So Deathwalker's taking their turn. They're not doing anything. I guess in theory I could move back 1 hex. Would actually be maybe slightly helpful. No, actually moving back 1 hex doesn't change anything here. We'll just stay there. And then the Drifter just goes to here. All right, long rest time. Drifter seems real strong. Crushing weight is nuts. Drifter is like... The thing with the Drifter is that, like, the first time that I played Frosthaven, I was playing the Geminate. It was a demo at Essen. And another person was playing the Drifter. And the Drifter is the character that I think immediately, when you start seeing somebody play the Drifter and what it is that they're doing, you're like, that's strong. Because you're so used to seeing, like, attack 3s and stuff like that being, like, the base power level. You're like, oh yeah, like, attack 3 is, like, normal. Heal 2's normal. And then suddenly you've got a character who's, like, attacking for 4 every time, or maybe even twice in a turn, and then also healing for 4. You know, it's like, whoa, hang on a minute. Or like they're moving for like 6 across the board, or every turn moving for 4, 5s, and 6s all the time as well. Or they're, you know, dishing out retaliate damage through their abilities as well. Or they're, you know, with the ranged build, or they're hitting like ridiculous number of targets all the time at silly ranges. You're like, it's just one of those characters that it's so evident immediately of what it's doing that it kind of catches everyone's eye. It's like flashy, whereas I felt like the Deathwalker is actually, in my opinion, a stronger character. It's just you need to like play your pieces in the right order, otherwise, and get things going. Otherwise, it really just falls apart and it looks really miserable. Like the Drifter, you can't really mess up. Like I guess there's a situation where you might possibly, but it's very rare. Like it's very much in your control how you do with the Drifter. You know, the Drifter is like, I'm going to attack every single turn for 4, maybe more. And you're, you know, is the enemy going to be able to sustain that level of damage? Probably not. You know, that's very good. But like the Deathwalker is like, oh, I'm going to attack maybe for 6 every single turn. Well, maybe not quite every turn, but 4, 5s, and 6s regularly, but I'm gonna need to like maybe take the odd turn off here or there, or do something to like make sure it happens, right? It's like Drifter just feels like from level 1, it feels very much like somebody playing the Spellweaver. It's like I would equate it to the Spellweaver, because everybody always thinks when they first start playing Gloomhaven, and you know one of the buddies is playing Spellweaver. And at the end of the scenario, they're like, the Spellweaver is, you know, if they have a good scenario and like they were drawing +1s on their fire orbs, you know, impaling eruption for 4 things, you know, they use all of these really good burns, and then they reviving Ether in a decent way and got a load of XP and played them everything again. You look at it, you'd be like, man, Spellweaver's a really strong character. But once the other characters actually kind of get going a little bit, or you increase the difficulty and stuff like that, they actually like surpass her pretty quick. You know, they actually kind of get to that point and kind of get better than her pretty quick. So I feel like the Drifter is the Spellweaver of Frosthaven. It's like the first scenario you play it, someone's playing it, you're going to be like, Jesus, that seems overpowered compared to what everybody else is doing. But then once you get a few cards and you get a little bit of the strategy down of the other characters, I feel like you'll find actually you are probably doing it a little bit better than the Drifter. But it's just not as plainly obvious that you are. First time you played Gloomhaven, Spellweaver was exhausted in the second room. Yeah, that also can happen. If the person... yeah, I mean, look, if it's the first time playing Gloomhaven, not understanding the stamina system, yeah, that can happen. Probably shouldn't happen, but it can happen. But yeah, like the Drifter's is much more safe than the Spellweaver in that respect, because the Spellweaver, yeah, you can have that problem. You're not going to run into that problem with the Drifter. You will... Like, everything you do is kind of keeping you alive. You know, it's... You can take a big hit and then just be like, that's fine, I'll just heal it off next turn. It's no problem, no biggie. And then I'll just get my charge back on my other attack. Okay, so we're long resting this round. Oop. So this is all done. Long rest. Did I not? Oh, I must have not pressed draw last round. It doesn't matter. So we'll get the spyglass back. We'll heal ourselves up for 2. Drifter's going to heal himself for 4, unfortunately. Bit wasted, but there you go. Nice to be at full health. We'll get these back. Cards. What cards should we get rid of? If you just burned everything, then you'll just get out of the game early. You mean with the Spellweaver or with the Drifter? Like that, the Drifter's harder to do that because even like your abilities that are like decent, a lot of them have the word move back a token on one of your persistence written on them. So it's like really difficult. I guess you could play one of the big AoEs and just burn through the entire charges. Like it's possible to play, what's that ability? I guess it's possible to, as a new player, be like, hey, Destructive Fury, there you go. So it's possible for you to maybe play this card as the Drifter and be like, oh, cool, yeah, I'll just do this. And then because I've got Crushing Weight, I'm going to go and add a 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And then before you know it, like, it's gone. There is that. I mean, it would be a pretty damn good turn if you managed to do every target of that anyway. But I can see that, yes, it might be possible, but it's more unlikely. Oh, Spellweaver. Yeah, Spellweaver, a lot of people will read Reviving Ether and assume that that means that they can burn every single card every single turn and therefore be fine. Yeah. It's like you get that card and it just says, hey, cover all your burn cards. So what does that mean? Oh, I can burn a card around? Sure. Okay, I'll do that. I'll play all of my best abilities straight away. There's no, like, maybe not do that. Maybe not do that quite. You can maybe do that in your second round through, maybe. We'll get rid of Precision Aim. And then for our Deathwalker, what should we get rid of? Probably Shadow Step. I think we're probably not going to be using Shadow Step. I think in the next room, we're going to burn Eclipse and we're going to go ham. Okay, so that's the long rest. Next round. Do-do-do-do-do. I think the drifter's going to open this door. We'll go late on the Deathwalker, like super late, because then we can then position our shadows how we would like best sort of resolve. So the drifter's got to just move through the door, with, hopefully with something that kind of protects him a little bit here. No idea what we're walking into here. I'm wondering if Shockwave is maybe a good thing to play. Yeah, Shockwave was something that I really liked in the last scenario. It was so good, and we just haven't really... I haven't forced it. I'm going to force it. That means, though, I do kind of need a bottom ability here. Don't really have one of those. I'm just going to use Sustain Momentum as a move too, I think. Okay. Right, I'm going to have to move the playing field. Do, do, do. You always like to have range or a big move going into unknown rooms. You can respond even if the mobs are far away. Yeah, I mean that is absolutely. So this is why this is like a forced move. Like when I said like I'm gonna force Shockwave, this is me forcing Shockwave. Because like realistically, what I would prefer to do in this situation, you know, I've got a couple of like move 3s and things like that. I could just sort of move in and shield up, and I could have a very defensive turn where I just give myself shield 2, retaliate, and move into the room slightly. Very cautious entry. But this way it's a bit more dangerous, but I'm, you know, as long as it doesn't really massively backfire, I should be okay. Look at the bend on that tile. It's like almost... This is like so this is the most disappointing thing about this game. Honestly, it just enrages me. I don't think I need the any of the obstacles anymore. Okay. So let me figure out how I'm going to rotate this now, so you guys can see. Probably go like this. This is a good idea, I think. So let me move this away. Warping issue is something, and some connect poorly. Like it's like there's like a little bit of warping where I would feel like, oh, okay, it's not that big a deal. I can always you know, leave some heavy books on it overnight or something, or just leave the Frosthaven box on it. But like some of the warping is so bad that isn't going to fix it. Like they are, yeah, the tiles don't. It's a really big issue, and I don't really understand how it happened. Like, I know that things can warp, but something that's this thick, and look at how, look, you can see from that image there. You want to see it? This camera here? Look at that. I'm trying to do this in some way that you guys can actually see. Can you see how, like, non-flat that is? And then when you put it, you set it down on the ground, look at how it's... It's a laminated card, so one of the layers is shrinking faster than the others. It causes exactly that type of warp. Interesting. I did not know that. That's the science behind it, huh? So why did the original Gloomhaven tiles not have this problem? Is it something to do with the fact that these are like thinner tiles and they've been made a slightly different way? Where maybe the Gloomhaven ones were just, what, a more of a thicker cardboard? It doesn't have that issue, or doesn't have that laminated layer on it or something? I mean, perhaps it's something to do with the artwork looking nicer. Could have been a temperature issue in the factory during production. Interesting. The more you learn. Hello. So we need to read 7.2. You think the reason is particularly for foiled cards? Oh, interesting. You think it has to do with the moisture difference between production place and where it is now? Interesting. Like, the thing is that it lends even more arguments to having scenario books, huh? Like, you just don't have this issue at all if you don't use tiles. Like, this issue just goes away. Makes you wonder, like, you would not have this issue at all if they went with books. I get that books is like a lot of paper, and potentially, you know, they could get damaged or what have you, but like books would have done it.
This place you've fallen into, which at first you took for a simple underground pit, appears now to be something more purposefully constructed. A crypt. Narrow graves have been dug into the earthen walls, and signs of ancient burial are scattered everywhere. Bits of smashed pottery, disintegrating cloth. However, as you move deeper, something stirs in the center of the room, and a new noise rises to your ears. It's low at first, like a beast waking in the night. But then another noise joins it, and another. Together they form a low chorus of moans. Figures stalk out from the shadows, and it's clear that these are not beasts at all, but a horde of the undead. Lumbering Olgok's corpses shuffle toward you, glowing with a sickly green aura. There's little time to think. But at the far end of the room, you notice a crumbling stone altar from which burbles thick lines of heavy emerald smoke.
Ooh. Okay, special rules. We got us some special rules, guys. Yeah, there's some doozy special rules here. We have an altar. We have a chest. We got big frozen boys. We got a regular, 2 regulars, and an elite. Ooh. Okay. 1 and 2 are regular. Okay. Green smoke sounds unhealthy. I don't think it's the best. I wouldn't inhale that. Don't breathe this. Do you remember that guy? The Will It Blend guy? Am I showing my age?
Woo! Silly smoke. Don't breathe this.
This exact thing.
Ooh. Don't breathe this. Deleted email smoke. Woo. Oh. Pad smoke. Don't breathe this. Diamond smoke. Don't breathe this. Woo. Attention smoke. Don't breathe this. Cell phone smoke. Don't breathe this. Woo. Smells like broken promises. Don't breathe this. Woo! Hokey smoke. Don't breathe this. Woo! Don't breathe this. Smells like a big step backwards. Woo! Concert smoke. Don't breathe this. Woo! Spooky smoke. Don't breathe this. Spam smoke. Don't breathe this. Baseball smoke. Woo! Oh, this smells like a real workout. Woo! Rubber tire smoke. Don't breathe this.
You guys haven't seen that before? It's like original internet, you know? Oh. I can't believe you haven't seen that before, Malcongian. It's the Will It Blend guy. So it's like back in the day, there was a like a YouTube channel called Will It Blend. And this guy, literally, all he did was put things in a blender. And it was a glorified advertisement for the blender, because the blender would blend like literally anything. So I was like, oh man, I really want that blender, because it could blend anything. But yeah, the channel was called like Will It Blend, and it was just like he'd put like a phone in there. He'd put like rubber tires. He did an axe, I believe, at one point. Search it out on YouTube if you want to go down like a like an old like nostalgic internet trip called Will It Blend. It reminds you of a really old SNL skit. I mean, it was really popular at the time. It it was one of the most like viral, like one of the first viral channels like that I ever knew about on YouTube. So there's a good chance that maybe SNL like were playing off of it in some way. I wouldn't be surprised. Methidia, thank you so much for the resub, my man. Welcome back. 7 months with the Prime. I really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back. Good to have you back. The quest continues, my friend. Just blend all the board games I hated. That would be like actually a pretty funny segment. That's actually a really good idea for a segment. That would be like good. That would be good TikTok content. Because like people will just be interested. Like will it, maybe we should bring back Will It Blend on TikTok. Because like it would 100% like it would work really well on TikTok. Like, because it's the same kind of thing. Like, people just want, like, you just go, like, this thing, will it blend? You put it in a blender. Yeah, it blended. But people, like, 30-second clip. People go mad for that. Maybe we've just stumbled across, like, the next viral idea. Maybe this is what we need to do. All we need is a blender and things to blend. It's so simple. It's probably the exact reason that you don't watch TikTok. Yeah, it's the kind of thing that you blink and you've lost like half an hour of your life because you really do miss it. I'm enjoying making TikToks though. I've been making a few TikToks, and it's kind of fun to challenge myself to do something a little bit different than what I usually do. Like something that's a little bit more short form and like just to the point. It's kind of difficult to really get something punchy on there. It's a nice challenge as like a content creator, as something to try and do. Basematic was from the 70s. Dan Aykroyd was selling a blender that could make bass smoothies. Bass smoothies or bass? Are we talking about the fish or are we talking about music now? I'm a bit confused. Anyway, that was a nice detour. Should we listen to the special rules for this scenario now? Special rules. All frozen corpses are immune to damage and cannot be focused on by summons until Altar A has been destroyed. Altar A has 3+ level times character hit points. So we're on level 3, so it's 6. So it's 12 hit points, right? Has it done it correctly? It has. Set the round track to the first round. At the start of the third round, spawn 1 frozen corpse at B. Ooh, okay. I need to put some more things down. B. Is that a B? Let's look at G. Let's go with B. Is that a G or a B? This is a G. Why can't I... Ah, there it is. B and C. So, at the start of the third round, we spawn a frozen corpse at B. It is normal for 2 characters or elite for 3 or 4s. At the start of the 5th round, spawn 1 frozen corpse at sea. It is normal for 2 or 3 characters, or elite for 4. So there's only 2 more that come down. Seems fairly straightforward. You thought he blended a bass, the musical instrument. Oh. That too. But it was bass the fish. Okay. How's Frosthaven going? I'm making grinding a lot, but you don't want to spoil the game so much, waiting for your copy to come in the mail. Yeah, it's been going good. It's been going good with idiots. It's been it's been like a really interesting experience. The first few scenarios, it's quite a lot different to Gloomhaven in terms of structure and everything. Like the characters and the combat has been, we knew we were gonna love that because it's just new characters to play with, new scenarios. So that's been fun. But the kind of surrounding elements to it are all kind of much different. The Outpost phase, all of that kind of stuff is really quite wildly different. And there are elements of it that I really like. And there are elements of it that I like less so. We haven't really been attacked yet, so I don't feel like we've seen enough. Until I've gone all the way through summer and seen a good amount of winter, I feel like I got to reserve my judgment on the Outpost phase a little bit. MQ here. I made quite a big rules mistake. Just kind of going into this room, I forgot that I wasn't allowed to actually attack the living corpses, or they weren't allowed to take damage at least. They weren't going to suffer damage until the altar was killed. So I kind of ended up, we were having a big talk as well at the time about Frosthaven and the Outpost phase and stuff. And I kind of got myself all mixed up, and I ended up making quite a fundamental rules mistake here at this sort of point in time. So what I've had to do is I've kind of edited this video out to a little bit further on. So I managed to kind of roll it back, but it was very difficult for me to roll it back because I'd kind of gone to another round. Lots of things had moved around, but I managed to do a good enough job of kind of rolling it back. So the video is now going to jump to somewhere in the future. But the general aim here was that I was trying to get towards the back of the room straight to the altar, and I kind of forgot that I couldn't attack enemies while I was making my way through it. So, but yeah, hopefully that doesn't detract too much from this episode. But yeah, I did make that mistake, and I figured I would kind of cut this out because really it's about 30 minutes almost until I realized that I've made the mistake, because we went on a really long kind of conversation topic as well at the same time. So yeah, jumping ahead now, but hopefully that doesn't ruin it for you. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll move them. So I played them, and then on this turn, I won't have moved, but I'll move the shadows. Seems reasonable. Something like that. Now we can go on to the next round. Now we're kind of reset, basically. I think it might be time to burn Violent Inheritance, or maybe not. Big yikers. Now quit cheating? Yeah. Now I gotta play it honestly. Okay. Let's go. So Deathwalker first. Nice. So now we'll do what we were trying to do. We're teleporting over here. Boop. It's better that I don't. If I didn't throw that attack in the middle of it, then this actually makes a lot more sense. So we'll teleport to there. Then we'll do ritual sacrifice on the altar. Look at the irony in that. Ritual sacrifice attacking an altar. So we'll attack for 3, 4, 5. Miss. There you go. Justice has been served, I guess. Drifter. We'll move to 1, 2. And I heal myself for 2. Because of continuous health, it will be 4 and an XP. Lovely. And then I'll use Fortitude with Crushing Weight to attack for 5. And I'll use my Crude Spear here so I can reach. So we'll attack the altar here for 5. 6. 6. And that also gives me experience point. Great. Okay, so now the frozen corpses. Moving for 1. Consuming fire to get +2. Interesting. If the element is consumed by the frozen corpse during the movability, it suffers 2 damage. Interesting. Huh. It's kind of neat. Otherwise, it's just a move 1. So it's a move 1, attack 3 or 4. 1. This one's going to attack for 3. 4. Attack again for 4. It's kind of scary. 3. Okay. Next round. We need to kill this thing pretty fast. What's it on? So I can maybe attack it for 6, and if I do, that does give me a really, really nice turn. I might let the Deathwalker take advantage on this one. And then that means we can go straight into our Fierce Barrage turn here. Quite possibly. And these guys don't have Retaliate, right? It's just the Elite that has Retaliate. Nice. Bit worried about healing. I guess I'm going to have to use my Amulet this turn, I think. And maybe use my Renewing Potion to get back the Amulet and my armor. So we'll go 32 on the Drifter. The idea is we'll use Fierce Barrage top. And we'll use Bloodletting bottom here. Lots of attacks. Deathwalker first. So we'll use Call to the Abyss here to place a shadow underneath us. Then we will consume that shadow to use Restless Spirits. I think it's pretty important that I don't miss this attack, and seeing as I did last time, I'm just going to use my Spyglass. It's just important that I get this, I think. Just going to gain us an XP. And we're going to attack for 6 with advantage. Yeah. Altar is dead. Now all I need to do is finish off the enemies. Easier said than done, though. Drifter time. So we'll use Fierce Barrage first, I guess. Why not? So we're going to attack for 2. And it's actually going to be 4. So we're going to get 2 XP. And we'll do this. Okay, so what we got? Number 1. So we'll attack number 1 first for 4. 4 to number 1. Oh, they've got shield. 3. And then Shockwave's going to do 2 damage to number 4. Then attack number 4. Do 3. And then Shockwave, 2 damage to number 1. Then I'm going to do Bloodletting Bottom, I think. And let's attack maybe number 4, because there's a good chance that we're going to get some nice shockwaves still. So we'll attack number 4 here for 3. Cool if I had strength in here. Ah, that curse. Well, we got the wound on him at least. Then I think I'm going to have to heal here. So I'm going to use my Amulet of Life to heal for 3. And then I'm going to use my Renewing Potion to get back the Crude Armor and the Amulet of Life. Boop. Okay. Oh, I just realized that I lost my my battle goal by going there. Yep. Okay. Well, I went for it, I guess. I felt like I completely just forgot that I was playing Wallflower. Oh, big yikes. Okay. Well, no double perk this time. So close. Yeah, I guess I could have moved slightly differently, but not to get my long spear attack in on the last round. So I'm kind of okay with it. I went for the risky one, and this room was going to be quite hard to do it on. Yeah, a little bit unfortunate, but I don't think there was anything I could really have done with my positioning and everything in that scenario. In fact, I think I might have even done it earlier, right? I think I was like here anyway. So yeah, this scenario was just really hard for that anyway. I think I might have failed it a couple of rounds ago. Okay, so the elite's going to go first. Can he get both of us? I don't think so. So he's just going to chill there. And he's going to attack 2 with disadvantage on our drifter. One. Number 1 is going to, yep, just attack our drifter. 1 with disadvantage. 2. Ugh. What a nice disadvantage draw there, huh? Then number 4 is going to attack. Sorry, no, number 2 is going to attack. And that is going to go there. That's going to need to move. So 1. Wow, what? Okay, we're in trouble, chat. That was not a good draw. Last one. Jesus! What just happened? We just went from what, 14 health or something, or 10 health down to 2? The hell are those draws? Look at those draws. One of them was with disadvantage as well. And we got another normal corpse here. Oh, wow, we're in trouble. Drifter needs aid. Not cool, man. Maybe we can short rest on the Deathwalker and try and, like, do a big lingering rot, maybe? I think that's going to have to be the case. And then the Drifter's just going to have to, like, mega heal and just kind of hope. They still spawn even when the altar is destroyed. That's rough. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. We've got plenty of cards, but we're going to have to short rest and we're going to have to, like, burn some cards quickly. So we lost our summon on our short rest. That's fine. I don't think we're going to be playing that. I think it's time for a big lingering rot. Lingering rot time. I'm going to have to short rest on my Drifter too. And maybe use Black Barrage. I mean, 28 is not the earliest initiative, but we do have boots. We can go down to 18 with that draw. That seems kind of okay. Short rest on the Drifter here and hope. We're going to need some... I think we probably need to use Violent Assault here to just kind of, like, kill stuff. Like, the worst thing that could happen to us now on the Drifter is that we go down without, like, triggering the last of our shockwaves and crushing weights. Like, we die before getting that off. We've got 3 charges of shockwave. 4 charges of shockwave and 2 charges of crushing weight. So there's wiggle room here, but I would have liked to have gotten some of these back. All right, Fortitude is the card we flipped. Well, I think that's okay because we really just want big AoEs here. I could just go Fierce Barrage again. And then I could heal on like 14. I mean, that will probably keep me alive. But that is gonna... I will lose Crushing Weight. But maybe that's fine. I think that's fine. We just got to go for it. Big damage. What happened with these corpses? Spawn 5 after destroying the altar? No, it was just the ones that were left over. Like, we couldn't attack them. So, the mistake that I had, Garrett, is I completely ignored the first part of the special rules earlier on. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, I've cut this part. But, basically, they're immune to damage. So, I had to rewind a couple of turns because I completely forgot that rule. So we had to go kill the altar first. Now we can kill them. So we've only been able to attack them over the last two rounds. And 2 more spawned. Oh man, that's that big attack again, huh? Okay. So Drifter first. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to heal up for 2, 4. And that gains us an XP. And then I'm going to use my Amulet of Life to heal up another 3. And that is the last of continuous health. No more continuous health. Okay, good. Then we're going to use Fierce Barrage. I was like, why it sounds so easy? Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely... That wrinkle in the rules made it quite a bit harder because you had to fight through them. Also, these guys move really quick. Like, frozen corpses... living corpses in Gloomhaven were always, like, so easy to play around. These guys move pretty fast. And they got AoEs and stuff as well. Like, they're actually pretty... They're a nice extra challenge than the regular kind of corpses from before. So Fierce Barrage, we can attack. So I can attack 3 and 4, but I don't think I want to. I think I probably want to attack 1 and 4 again. Yep, so this is going to be 2 charges of Crushing Weight, which is going to go. And 2 charges of Shockwave. So we'll attack number 1 first and foremost. So attacking number 1. Ooh. 8 damage to number 1. Dead. Then Shockwave will do 2 damage to number 2 here, I think. Because I think getting the lower health ones down is going to be a bit quicker here. Then attacking number 4. For 4. 3. Plus the shield, 2. Ugh. But then we're going to get the shockwave damage. And we'll do 2 damage, I guess, to number 2 again, actually, I think. Okay. Seems fine. So now onto the Deathwalker. So we're going to use Black Barrage to move all shadows up to 2 hexes. I think. I'm not too sure, but I think. I'm gonna use the Lingering Rot. But before we do that, muscle potion time. We're gonna use our muscle potion. Getting strong. Brand new potion we got. During your turn, strengthen self. Boom. Then we're going to attack for 3 from here on these 2 things, poisoning all adjacent enemies. So first up, we're going to attack the... we are going to attack the elite for 3 with the poison 4. Five, 6. 4, 5, 6. Shield... We'll make it 5. Then on number 2. Three damage. With the shield, only 2 damage. Poison. Then on to number 4. This will be the one I'll crit on. The one who's about to die anyway. Plus 1 to 3, 4. He's dead. Okay. That consumes the shadow. And we get 2 XP. And we'll be strengthened again for next turn, so we can do another nice big turn, hopefully, next turn. Alright, so these guys now. They're going to move 1. They are going to attack the Drifter for 4. think I burned a card for that. Yeah, I burned a card for that, I think. At least there's going to be a lot of loot here. That's kind of like the plan here. Yeah. I'm going to get a bunch of loot here. Okay. Okay. Drifter not dead. Somehow. Drifter not dead, everyone. That's good. Okay. This is burned as well. Goodbye. Goodbye. Oh, this is just the drifter going down in like in glory. It's just we're now just burn vile assault top and we'll use bloodletting bottom and we'll just go down and it's an absolute. We'll go down swinging. I hope that this is early enough initiative. It might not be. Could be a bit risky. Whew. Okay. So we're going to use Forceful Spirits here on the Deathwalker first to teleport. Then we're going to use the top of Restless Spirit to attack for 6 with Curse on this guy here. With Strengthen. 2. Oh, come on. 6. 5 with the shield. Dang it. So now it'll be down to our good friend the Drifter, who's going to go out with a bang. So we can get wound on like 2 things here. Kind of makes sense to try and get wound onto the elite, right? It kind of makes sense to you. I've got Shockwave here, so let's I can kill number 2 with just Shockwave triggers. So I think that's what we do. So we Vile Assault onto the elite here, which is just going to be an attack of 2. I mean, he does have Retaliate 2, but do I really care? I'm going to be probably dying anyway. What are they doing? They're attacking for a bunch. I'm probably dead anyway. So maybe I just go Vile Assault and just try and do as much damage as possible to the elite. Get the wound up on him. And then with the Shockwave triggers, I'll kill number 2. And then I can get wound up on number 3. And then they both got wound on them. It should be plain sailing, right? Let's do that. Okay, so Vile Assault. We're going to do attack for 2 with the poison 3 on the elite. Oh, baby. There it is. 6 minus a shield is 5. Big wow. And then we're going to do 2 shockwave damage here. Gains me an XP. Then we'll attack him for the wound this time, I guess. We may as well. So again, we're attacking him for 3. 3 with the shield. Means it's just 2. Wound. But I take 4 retaliate damage in the process of that, by the way. It's fine. No one talks about the retaliate damage. It's fine.
Nice.
Grab loot with bottom action now. I actually technically don't really need to loot on my drifter anymore, right? I've done what I needed to do. And then I'm just going to attack for 1 the number 3. Come on, +2. Okay, nope. Oh, but this died to the shockwave. Okay, well, should be plain sailing now, even though we're on like 1 health. So the Elate's gonna go first. He's gonna attack our drifter. What have you got? Yeah. So I have 2 cards in hand. We'll burn 1 of those 2 cards. The other card I really don't want to burn. It is the loot card. Come on, miss. Miss, miss, miss. Oh, actually, no. This one's attacking the Deathwalker, actually, right? Actually, the focus is the Deathwalker with this one. It's all good. Just don't draw ×2. -2. So that's nothing. That's a big fat nothing. Okay. We're all right. We're okay. Next round. So the big guy's going to die. So a late... if we short rest here, a late loot would be good on the drifter here. You think it... should he die to wound? You think it took all damage? Yeah, it does. The app's actually very good. When it goes onto their turn, like, for example, if I was to go back, it will always kind of do the wounding correctly. You can turn that off if you want in the settings, but I find it to be very good, actually. But yeah, the app does automatically do the wounds. You blink, you miss it. Yeah, that's what I think. I can see why some people would maybe prefer to do it manually. And you can do that if you go up here to the settings. There is an option for you to do all of that kind of stuff manually. I do poison damage manually because there is also an option to add poison damage automatically to every like attack that you do. And I don't really like that because it seems to like slow the game down. And I usually just bake poison into my calculations of how I'm calculating my attack. You do it manually, although sometimes when there are a lot, it's annoying to subtract 1 for each one. Yeah, I guess it depends on how much wounds you have, right? If you've got like a bunch of characters that are always wounding, like, so if we move over to playing, Kelp, that might be something we would need to, you know, I don't know if I would want to be doing that all the time. Well, that's already gone. Bloodletting, that's fine. Okay, we got 1 card we can burn to damage, and we can go really late and loot on 70 on the drifter. And then we're done. So Deathwalker, your job really is to go and get that chest, isn't it, huh? It's going to take her 2 turns to get over there. We'll let the Drifter take the hit. Literally just going to move over there and make dark. I'm not going to do anything more. Do. Oh, wow. The Drifter's going before them? No way. Oh, come on, man. That's not fun. That means I actually have to attack now. Dude. You kidding me? All right. Well, we have to play this as a heal now. Okay, we'll heal up. Drifter's hanging on, baby. And then, okay, we'll do an attack 1 on the elite, I guess. Give me that loot. So we're attacking it for 2. He does have retaliate 2, but we're attacking for 2. Shield. Dead. I know that seems strange because he was dying anyway, but loot efficiency, I think, in Frosthaven, it's kind of important. Kind of a big deal. The 71 was kind of BM from the frozen corpses, honestly. Then we're going to loot 1. 4 loot tokens. Right, first loot token. Metal. Second, metal. More metal. Third, rock root. Fourth, rock root. I'm quite happy with that. We got... I feel like getting more herbs is... I'm kind of down for that. We got that corpse cap as well, which is nice. Is that rare in this one? No, there's 2 corpse caps in there. Nice that we got one of them, though. Okay, so he's going to attack the Drifter for 2 here. Anything could happen. I do technically have one more turn if I don't have to burn a card here. Easy. Not even close. Not even close. Corpse Cap, Flame Fruit, and Axe Nut are the rare regions. Yeah, I figured as much that they were not something that we had come across as much. Okay, so now we just need to go get the chest, really. We're going to have to short rest on the Drifter. So it'll be our last turn. And the glorious thing is that because we're on free health, we can actually reroll this, whatever this is that we draw. Violent Inheritance. Do we want that? I mean... I think we actually do want it. For selfish reasons. Or actually, do we? This guy's on 3 health. It's got shield 1. We're attacking for like 1. But I could do a ranged attack, I suppose. Nah, we'll let it go. Deathwalker is just moving. I can still long rest. On the Drifter as well, so we can tank like a round. 14 or 24. I think the Deathwalker is first here. Yeah. Treasure! Oh, to be fair, I could actually use Fluid Knight top here, actually. Actually, let's do that. And then the Drifter could maybe get the loot. So I'm going to use... So these are the 2 cards that I played. I didn't realize that I was actually going to play one of them for something. So we'll just move 2 with this, and then we'll use Fluid Knight top here to attack from this shadow. Actually, kind of nice. So we're going to gain an experience point here. And we're going to create dark, which we already have dark there. It's probably not going to matter, but we'll do it. We haven't got much XP this scenario on the Deathwalker. I guess we kind of like just ran through the scenario very quick and the Deathwalker just didn't really have a chance. Yep. That would be 10. I just realized that I screwed up my other battle goal as well on my Deathwalker, which was Recluse. I screwed both of them up. I should definitely choose battle goals that are just ones that I don't have to pay loads of close attention to the game. Because I just messed this one up as well. Because I was over here at one point. Feels fair. Not a great scenario in terms of loot, that's for sure. One more card for the Drifter, and we'll open that chest too. Right, let's draw the card first. Why not? Coins, yay! And in the chest, it is chest number 46. Did I miss the XP on the Lost Attack? You feel like I did, but you may have missed it. I thought I added it. To be honest, I didn't use very many. Like, I think I summoned once, which is like 1. I used that, which is 2. So that would be 3. I think I used Fluid Knight once, 4. I think I used the other big attack with the curse once, 5. I think and then maybe one more attack somewhere, which would be the 6th. I think I did do it all, you know. I think I did do it all. It's just a really low gaining scenario for me. It's because I didn't really go down the route of like creating and using shadows in the first room. I kind of saved it for the second room, so I didn't get any XP through the first room, really. I think I had 1 XP by the time I got to this door. Can't get 15 every time, eh? Yeah, I mean, it helps when the scenario is, what, like 25 rounds long or whatever it was last time. That kind of helps. So 46. Let's get 46. Gain 3 loot cards. I guess I probably should have done that in reverse order then, shouldn't I? Actually, ordering mattered there. Yeah, I guess it's whatever. All right. Makes up for there being a lack of loot, I guess, in this particular scenario. There it is. So, 38.1. Let's read it.
Silence is something you're beginning to treasure. All around, the crypt is littered with broken bodies. The dusty remains of the undead horde smashed to bits. The altar, which had been pumping out its necrotic fume, now decorates the floor as rubble. In its place, a beam of eerie green light trickles from a new gap in the wall. You move closer and discover a passage that appears to lead farther down. It's clear this complex continues, and that some bizarre power lies hidden within. The question is whether it's worth investigating.
Scenario 9.
The other option, of course, is to continue hunting the Orgox that dropped you in here. However, after scrambling your way out of the pit, you realize that your quarry's tracks lead from the forest out into the frozen tundra. Attempting to follow without the right equipment would be suicidal. If you want to give chase, you'll have to come back with a sled.
Oh, cool. So there's the sled one. So we got 9 and 10. Also, the general rewards were we gained 2 collective wood. So that we could just chuck that straight into the Frosthaven supply. So 9. And 10. Ten doesn't seem to have a... Hey? Number 10. Am I being mad here? Number 10 does not have a symbol on it for the sled. Is that a typo? Follow the rulebook in this case. Trust the book, not the chart. Okay. Like, just, it doesn't have the sled. No, but check the scenario book. Okay, I see what you mean. Does the scenario book have it in? Gotcha. Yeah, there's one on the scenario book for sure. I'll draw my best sled. Ready for this? What does sleds even look like? Okay. That's a good start. It's like a chair. On rails, right? Like this. This is not working very well. Let's use a pen. There you go. It's a chair. Right, and that bit kind of goes up like that. And then you have a bit down here. That has like the rail. Something like this. That's pretty good. Just write sled on it? No, that's no fun. I want my icons. Right, so we have to go back to Frosthaven. They're not linked. We say we don't have to, I guess. Oh, no, we do have to, right? They're not linked, so we're going back. Going back. You know what that means. Do. Right, let's get some. Let's clear some of these things up a little bit. Let's get some order in here. I didn't use my weighted net once in that scenario. That's not good. I definitely should have tried at least. Okay, so first things first, let's go across to our spreadsheet and make sure that we get everything done correctly. And try and add everything in. Do 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 do. Okay, good. Campaign sheet. Chat. Do 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 do. Right, Drifter, what do you got? Or Deathwalker first, actually. So, oh god, I forgot to look at that before I ended it. I think it was like, it wasn't a lot, was it? It was like 6 or something. It was about 6. It was really a measly amount. Yeah, it was 6 because we're at 150 now. And you got 10 for finishing the scenario. Gold's gone up to 12 though. Lumber. We've got plenty of resources now though. Now we're cooking. No perk or anything. Drifter did pretty well here. $576 now. $576. Oh, we got like a bunch. I'm going to put that straight into the general supply because I feel like it's just... I'm always going to want herbs in the general supply. Telemako, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the quest. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Rock root, baby. Nice. So we got some stuff that we can use with the herbs and stuff. That's good. That was pretty much it for the Drifter as well. Oh, did we hit level 4? We did hit level 4. Oh, we hit level 4 with both characters? Ooh, baby. I thought we were close, but honestly, like, the lack of gaining any experience at the end of the scenario, I thought, no, we're not going to do it. We've jumped from level 3 to level 4 in the space of 2 scenarios. That's crazy. You're watching my YouTube tutorials and stuff and randomly stumbled upon the stream. Glad to catch it and follow. Well, welcome, dude. Glad you enjoyed the YouTube stuff. We're playing Frosthaven at the moment, and this is like my my spreadsheet that we're using to kind of keep track of everything, because there's a lot to keep track of in this game. Okay. So we got to level up. Oh. Can you transfer items between characters like Jaws of the Lion? No. I believe not. No, because like when you craft an item, it's for you and it's got to be done with items in your personal supply. So no. You can return a crafted item back to the supply, I believe. And I think you might be able to get like one of the resources back. I can't really remember actually. We'll get to sell items, but it operates much in the same way that Gloomhaven did, but with some slightly different variations. Because otherwise there's no real point in having like individual stockpiles of the resources. You could just chuck them all in the middle and then people could just craft. Like the idea is that your personal resources that you have are for you to craft items. So you get gold equal to half its gold cost. When the character sells a craftable item, they gain 2 gold for each resource or item required to craft it. So that's like pretty bad. Like some of the items are only got like take 1 resource, maybe 2 resources, and I guess that's pretty equivalent though to what you'd get maybe. But high level items, that's gonna suck. You're never gonna want to sell a high level item. The app is Xhaven or which one? Exclamation mark helper. Telemaco. I'm using Gloomhaven secretary. I actually finally set up a new command. So exclamation mark helper and you'll get a link to it. You type that in chat.
Wow.
Potions can be given when crafting. Yeah, potions are like the exception, which I think it's more so because with potions, if one player was like hoarding all of the different materials, then you wouldn't make any progress on the alchemy chart. And also, like, you need there to be lots of, you know, people gathering resources and trading almost the herbs between each other, like collecting the herbs together, because otherwise you'd make such poor progress on the alchemy chart. Yeah, the potion stuff makes complete sense. But the crafting the items, maybe less so. The communal building supplies are for building, like the crafting supplies. So we got the level 2 alchemist though. Once the alchemist has been upgraded to level 2, brew potion to be distilled. Characters distill a potion by returning it from their pool of items to the available craftable supply. The still character gains any one of the herb resources required to brew the potion. Okay, so I can distill down those horrible potions now if I wanted to. We might do that at some point. Right, Outpost base. $62.2. Do. You've been trying to catch up with YouTube videos, but you see these asleep. On the plus side, multiple views per video. I'll take it. I'll take it. Let's say 62.2. It's going to be in the section book, right? Should be in the section book part of Fortella, right? I both love and hate this Fortella app in equal parts. Ba, 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 ba. Hang on. I've got way... Oh, I'm one behind on that's why. Like, the section book just doesn't load properly. The Foreteller section book just does not load properly. Creeping up on 4K followers. Yeah, it's been a slow climb to the 4K. We're getting there though. We're getting there. I'm gonna have like hopefully two major milestones actually. Soon we'll get 4K here on Twitch and we'll get 10K on YouTube. Yeah, hopefully 10K on YouTube within like the next... It's probably going to be a couple of weeks, but... I'm pretty sure when you get to 10K on YouTube, you get some special thing from YouTube too, like in terms of like they give you some sort of feature. Right, this isn't working. Foreteller's being really annoying. Why don't you work? Let's just read it. 62.2. Oh, interesting. Oh no, I want this one. This is a good one. This is the Pinter guy. I want to hear them voice him. Oh, come on, Foreteller. Stop being lame. It, like, for some strange reason, only loads, like, the first... Oh, it's done it! Yes! What? It's not here? It's not here. Why not? It should be in this section book, right? Is this just one that they haven't voiced? No. There's no 62s. Unless they're a part of an oh, maybe they're part of an event, right? Oh, they were part of an event, maybe. So they're in a different section. Was it a Summer Road event? No, it was an Outpost event that added it to the calendar, right? Summer Outpost event. It's really silly why you can't just search by the number, like, in the main screen. It was either a summer... Yeah, no, that's not it. Summer Road event? Why? Search by adventure key or name. 62. This should just work. Bring up everything that's 62. It's just really frustrating. Like, why do I need to go like on the Foreteller app? Why can I not do a blanket search of the entire thing? Why do I need to go into like, oh, it's in this bit, it's in that bit? I don't know where it is. I can't remember what added it to the game. It's like such dumb app design. I'm just gonna read it. Shame. Shame. Spoiled. So, if the craftsman is not at least level 3, which she's not, craftsman's like level 2, I think. Add 62.2 to the calendar in 3 weeks and stop reading. Oh boy. Okay, well, the good news is we don't read it anyway. Oh, god damn. Right, let's just add 62.2 to in 3 weeks' time. That's funny. Okay, so nothing happens there. Okay, we got an outpost event. Ooh. I was just double checking to make sure that we didn't accidentally have this one before. I don't think we have. I think we're good. Do. Number 13.
A Valrath man comes up to you in the street.
Say, you spent some time outside the walls, right? Happen to come across any snow thistle?
He speaks in a low voice, and his hood makes it difficult to make out his face. Before you have a chance to respond, a portly woman rushes up with a broom, smacking the Valrath on the back.
You again? Leave these people alone.
The Valrath scurries off into an alley without another word. The woman turns to you, her hands on her hips.
Valraths and snow thistle, am I right? For most people, it's a garnish or medicinal. For them, well, they can't get enough of the stuff. Addicts.
What?
She mumbles to herself as she heads back into her home. You continue your walk, but hear the Valrath's voice down the alley.
So, have any? I've got coin.
Option A. Sell the Valrath some snow thistle. Option B. Admonish the Valrath for his pursuits.
Alright. Well, I'll get a poll up. What are we doing? Which option are we going for, everyone? So, are we going to do option A or option B? Let me get the poll going. So, option A is to sell the Valrath some snow thistle, which we do have some. Option B is admonish the Valrath for his pursuits. Admonish? I've never had that one before. While you do that, I'm going to make a meme. What are you voting for? Only one person's voted? Come on. Wow. What? Wow. That one person. Enabler. Got any of that snow thistle? Valraths. Can't trust them. Okay. Missed the vote? It's fine. It's fine. I mean, the Valrath is very pleased. Is very, very pleased. You didn't see the vote either? The Valrath is very, very happy about this, so don't worry about it. What's the... I don't think we have the symbol. No, okay. Okay, so if we were a Valrath, we would have like a special effect here, but we don't. Here we go.
You hand the Valrath some snow thistle and he licks his lips.
Good, nice quality. Happy to put any excess you have to better use.
Good quality. The vote didn't come up for you guys? Oh no. Well, I don't know how I feel about this, but we just enabled the Frosthaven drug trade. And all it took was a missed vote, huh? Politics. Right there. Lose any number of collective snow thistle, gain 5 collective gold for each snow thistle lost. So we've only got 1. So we'll give him 1 and we'll gain 5 gold, I guess. So who's gonna get the gold? I mean, I think I might just give it all to the Deathwalker. Deathwalker's poor. Very poor. Yeah, here you go. Okay, so that's that part done. Now, are we on downtime now? I think we're in downtime now, right? No, building operations first. So again, I don't think I want to do any of these building operations. Like, it's really hard to tell, like, if I want to do it or not. I need to keep some level of gold. So mining camp, I don't want to do. Hunting lodge, I don't want to do. Logging camp, I don't want to do. Craftsman, no effect. Outpost, no effect. Workshop, no effect. Barracks, I don't need to do. It's like a little bit of a anticlimax sometimes, these, because it's just like, I mean, I've got loads of resources and I don't have loads to spend it on right now, so it feels a bit silly. Like, why would I keep... I mean, I guess maybe I should be, but 2 gold is a fair amount, and I don't know which ones I need. Just seems a little bit at odds to me. Okay, so now we'll do the, we'll actually now do leveling up. So we're in downtime. So let's level up. We're going to go up to level 4. Let's do it on our... Let's have a look at our level 4 cards. On the Deathwalker. So the 2 cards we have is we have Fleeting Dusk and we have Pulled across. Ooh, I see Bane. Fleeting Dusk is attack 3. Target all adjacent enemies. Wound. Perform the attacks as if you were occupying a hex with a shadow. Oh, so this is just this is the same as our poison one, but except it's wound. It's exactly the same as the other one, except it's wound instead of poison, which is better. Has a little bit more like use, and obviously getting wound on a bunch of stuff is going to be really good. And then the bottom is just place one shadow in an adjacent hex. That's pretty good. That's free shadow generation right there. We don't get much of that. In fact, I think that's the first time we've had a new card that just generates straight off the bat. All of our other generators have just been level 1 cards, so... That's pretty interesting. What's the other card? Pulled across. Bane. Target one normal or elite enemy occupying a hex with a shadow. 1 XP, but it's a single use? Yikes. That's a yikers from me. So Bane, for those who don't know, is the ability that's kind of replaced kill. So in Gloomhaven, pretty much every character had a kill ability where you do this and you just kill something. Some of them were really, really good. Some of them not so good. But most characters had one. Now, Bane is what's kind of replaced it, because in general, kill was a bit too strong. Because in terms of difficulty level, it doesn't scale. Because you kill an enemy who's, you know, if you're playing +0 difficulty, or if you're playing +4 difficulty, whatever, a kill is a kill, right? It doesn't really matter. So kill was far too strong because it just didn't scale with the numbers in the game. And it also meant that certain characters were just way stronger than others, right? Looking at you Eclipse. So they've changed it to Bane, and what Bane does is that at the end of the enemy's next turn, they will take 10 damage. So it's always 10 damage, and it's always at the end of their next turn. So unlike a lot of like other effects that trigger like at the beginning of their turn, it kind of triggers when it falls off, if you like. So it's got like the same timing as invisibility, strengthen, all the negative conditions, for example, but it's at the end of their next turn. So it means that you can't just kill them before they take a turn. Like they will always still take a turn, and then they will take that 10 damage afterwards. So significantly weaker, but still, you know, 10 damage is still a lot of damage. But if it's a burn effect like this, I like it much less, because you we can pretty reliably attack for like 6, 7 with the Deathwalker anyway, without burning a card. And although this is 10 damage, so it kind of goes through shields and stuff, so there's definitely things that this can do, which is really good. It is still like, it's not quite as good as kill, and actually like burning a card for it, maybe worth it, maybe not. And also you've obviously got the condition here, which is going to have to occupy a shadow, which might be a bit harder to set up than it first appears. Shouldn't be that hard. You can move them around pretty easily, but it's not nothing. It's not like unconditional. There is still a condition you have to meet. The bottom, move to Invisible Self, create dark. That is pretty damn good. Invisibility has been nerfed in some ways in Frosthaven, in which if you are invisible, enemies no longer treat you as an obstacle, but they can move through you. They don't see you, but they can move through you. So it's not as good as it used to be, where you could block doors or small narrow corridors and things like that very easily, or force enemies through traps, stuff like that. It's not as good as that anymore, but it's still very good for self-preservation. Like if you want to run in and, you know, maybe take a very aggressive turn, but you know you're going to put yourself in a lot of danger, Invisible will still achieve you being able to keep yourself safe. It also has some, you know, there is still some shenanigans you can do with it, with getting your allies to kind of like fill in behind you and block the behind doors and stuff like that. So there is still some shenanigans you can do, but it's just much harder to actually do them. So between these two cards, I think that this is, to be honest, this is a bit of an underwhelming level 4 in the sense that, you know, neither of these two cards I think are like, I mean, they're both good in their own ways. You'd probably look at Pulled Across as being generally probably the better card in terms of like having something that allows you to go invisible regularly, and then potentially just something that could kill or do a huge amount of damage to a very tricky elite at some point. It's going to be useful. Fleeting Dusk, though, seems a bit more fun. The top, even though it's very similar to something that we already have, seems more fun. And the bottom is just unconditional shadow generation. Just there you go. Create a shadow in an adjacent hex. So that will undoubtedly come in use as well. Especially like, for example, on the first turn where I'm like, hey, I really want to play my summon. I can play my summon on the first turn using this. Then I could Abyss top on the next turn. And then my summon could start attacking things and we could start tagging things with our little token to be able to start dropping shadows. So I feel like Fleeting Dusk would probably be the better one to play with. I think it would probably be the better one to play with Abyss over Eclipse. Having said that, though, the kind of melee build wants to just put shadows out and just sort of like, especially ones that are next to enemies, and just kind of wail on them. Yeah, this is a bit of an interesting choice between these two. I think I'm going to go with Fleeting Dusk. My gut is telling me to go with Fleeting Dusk, because just getting to place an extra shadow, another card that places a shadow, is never going to be not helpful. And the top is actually a pretty decent effect. Like, I've been using that top attack with the poison quite regularly and getting pretty reasonable results. So, also, now that I have the muscle potion, I could, in theory, play both. And I could attack them for 3, poison a bunch of enemies, then on the next turn, I could attack them for 3 again. They're all poisoned, so that could be 4. And I could wound them all as well, as long as I can get another shadow in there. So I felt like Fleeting Dusk has some really high upside plays to it that could like just be incredible. Whereas Pulled Across is probably a bit more reliable. I'm going to take Fleeting Dusk, I think. I'm going to take Fleeting Dusk. I feel like at some point I'll need to like sit down and actually work out the exact economy. Because Deathwalker definitely feels like the kind of character where there is like almost a... You know, there's an economy to how many shadow generators to shadow consumers that you want to run. So there's definitely an element of that. And I don't know what the perfect balance is right now. I'm sure if you sat down and you could probably work it out. Okay, in terms of perk... I think we're going to continue just trying to get better with our draws. So I'm just going to replace a -1 with a +1. Just continually trying to get better with our draws here. Drift time. Alright, what do people like for the Drifter at level 4? Ooh, Chunk of Flesh, like the name. Gift of the Prey. So Chunk of Flesh is an attack 2, heal 2, range 1. Move the character token back on one of your persistent abilities backwards 1 slot. That's pretty good. That basically just, that works so well with our build, which is just, we're going to want to attack for 4, heal 4, and then move a token back. Like, so this basically achieves what we've been doing in 1 ability compared to we've been doing this like in 2 abilities. So this is really good. Really, really good. It just, things that we've taken a whole turn to do, we can now do in 1 ability, freeing up the bottom ability to maybe move or something. Or just another attack or another heal, so we could go crazy on heals. Chunk of the Flesh, this is good. The bottom is on the next 6 sources of damage from attacks targeted to you gain shield 2. That's pretty decent as well. Getting shield 2. The shield ones and the retaliate ones are the active abilities that I am least sure of, because there's a good chance that they might trigger a lot more than you are thinking, and they may like get away from you. And I feel like there is still some value in, yeah, if you get shield only 6 times, if you get shield 2 only 6 times, is that worth it? Maybe. But if you're playing like 4-player, this could potentially go in a single round, depending on what the enemies are doing. So you've got to be a little bit careful. Playing a 2-player, though, I'm not too concerned about us like accidentally getting attacked 6 times in a single round. That's very rare. Gives us some tanking ability. To be honest, I'm more excited about the top, but the bottom could be played in a pinch. The retaliate one of this is a bit better because it's just like free damage and you'll just take the damage regardless. But this, I guess, could, not be so good. Also, like if an enemy has pierce, for example, this will terrible. A Gift of the Prey is an attack 3, range 3. So this is more of a ranged card already. If you killed an enemy with the attack ability, move the character token back on one of your persistent abilities 1 slot. So this is the ranged version of Bloodletting, which we've been playing, which was a level 1 card. This is ranged rather than melee. The funny thing is that this is one of those kind of cards or abilities that you could splash in this build. Because really, if there's an enemy hanging around on just a couple of health, sometimes if you're playing the melee build, you might not want to use a charge. So having like one kind of angle of attack where you're not having to move a token back, I can see like there being some pretty decent value in that. Because it's basically like, hey, I can make an attack of 3 here. And if I kill him, I'm going to get to move a token back. And if there's something hanging around on 1, 2 health, something like that, which often happens, right? You draw some -1s or whatever. You don't quite kill it as quick. So there's just an enemy hanging around on 2 health. You kill it. You don't have to use a charge to do so. And you immediately get one back. So you're kind of like getting +1 charge on the whole deal. And that can go back on your crushing weight. And then you can go straight into doing that. So although I think like, yeah, there is probably... Obviously, with the range build, this would be a no-brainer. I actually feel like it's a pretty nice card to splash in the melee build. It's just something that gives you another angle of attack. The bottom is move 4. With if you killed an enemy this round, move the character token back on one of your persistent abilities again. So this one is, again, another one, but this one isn't with an attack tagged on. So that is very good too, and actually combos well with the melee as well. Because you could just kill something and move on to the next enemy, right? So this is a tough choice. Professor, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the quest. Good to have you here. Welcome in. I looked at all levels for the starter classes, right? I did, but it was a long time ago, and it was around the Kickstarter time. I think I looked at some of the final cards for the starters. When they were kind of done, and there might have been a few changes here or there, but yeah, the starters I've looked at, like I have at least looked at all of the cards, but it was a long time ago, so I don't really remember them really clearly. This is a difficult choice between these 2 cards. I think you can make a really good argument for either of these 2 cards. I'm actually siding a little bit more here towards Gift of the Prey, just because there's very easy ways there to get tokens back. And like I said, a different avenue of attack could be quite nice. Like sometimes we move into a room and we're like, oh, we can't hit anything because we're completely melee based and we have no abilities to do anything. Move 4 as well, in general, a move 4. We have been a little bit stuck to just move 3s, and we have 1 move 4 in Deadly Shot, which is good, but it's a card that we don't love. So like, we have actually been kind of stuck for movement a little bit. Is everything Drifter like this? Definitely not the class. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, yeah. There's a few like cards that are a little bit different at higher levels. But yeah, for the most part, most of this class is, do an attack, which you're going to get a bonus on somehow, or do an ability that you're gonna get a bonus on, depending on which bonuses you're playing, and then maybe move a token back, depending on like what the ability does or whatever it is. This is pretty common. You also don't have any XP on your cards, like your actual abilities. They're all linked to your tracks. So you gain your XP by moving them backwards and forwards. This is tough. I think I'm leaning towards Gift of the Prey. As nice as Chunk of Flesh is, as I was saying, that it basically kind of does everything that we're currently doing in 2 abilities in 1. I think maybe just having that extra range, that extra movement. Because here's the thing. I can see myself playing both the top and bottom of Gift of the Prey. I can't really see myself playing the bottom of Chunk of Flesh. Maybe in the odd scenario, but I'm not envisioning it here. So really, Gift of the Prey gives me a good top and a good bottom, whereas Chunk of Flesh gives me a good top and a average to situational bottom for my playstyle that I'm playing at the moment. So I think that means that really the choice has to be Gift of the Prey. In terms of initiative, both of these cards are the same, really. Like, you're not using initiative on either of these 2 cards, so initiative is a wash here. Yeah, I'm going to take Gift of the Prey. A little bit of a weird choice to take this, considering that I'm not really playing this build, but I just feel like this is going to give me a nice way to finish an enemy off that's maybe a little bit tricky to get to. And then it's a move 4 anyway. Like, if you think about, like, with Shockwave and stuff. I guess the thing is, though, is that the bottom works better with the range build, too. Hang on, I gotta think about this a little bit more. Because the bottom works quite well with the range... Probably better with the range build, because you're going to attack something with a ranged attack, hopefully kill it, then move away or move on. Like, in order for me to trigger this, I would have to start my turn next to the enemy, kill them, then move into, like, somewhere else or move to another position, right? But if I take this, then I've got Bloodletting and this together, which is pretty crazy. I could kill something and I could get two charges back. I'm just wondering if Gift of the Prey is end up just going to be a move 4. And that's it. Like a lot of the time. Because it's just because of the order that you play it in. Because when I'm playing melee, the chances are that I move over to an enemy and I attack them. Which means that if I move for 4, then I don't get this trigger. So I can't really use the move 4 here as a aggressive move forward. I would have to use it more as like a move away or move on to the next target, maybe. Move on to the loot that they dropped. I mean, it would let me move on to the loot that they dropped. So if I kill something, then I just move on to the loot that they dropped, pick up the loot, and then I get my charge back, right? So... Whereas Chunk of Flesh just basically reads attack for 4, heal for 4, move a token back, flat. Really tough. It's a very, like, I felt like it's a very marginal choice. But I could swap Gift of the Prey for Precision Aim. You know, Chunk of Flesh really would probably replace, like... Sustained Momentum, maybe? It's like strictly a better version of it. Or we get rid of draining arrows. The gift of the prey. Because I don't think I've ever used this top. But the initiative's quite good. Okay, I think I'm going to go for gift of the prey. I'll work out what card I get rid of. I'll work out what card I get rid of later. Perk. Oh man, that was tough. Replace a -1 with a +1 maybe? Yeah, let's do that. Simple, effective. Okay, so we've leveled up. So the next thing we want to do is we want to brew a potion. So potion board. So I think we're gonna distill. Alright, because we've got these unhealthy concoctions, we're gonna distill them. Because why not? Why would we keep them? I don't know what this is down here. 2 or more the same. So with the unhealthy mixtures, we can get one of the things back. So I can get a rock root and a snow thistle, I guess. Which kind of gives me a bit of flexibility. What do I actually have? And how do I... Let's try and work out like what I can combine. So I have 2 rock root already. I have no thistle, so I should get 2 thistle. So let's distill those and get 2 thistle. So now we can... We can use... We got an arrow vine. We got a corpse cap. We got a rock root. Rock root, maybe corpse cap? Or arrow vine? Let's do corpse cap, rock root. They seem to all be like pretty healthy things. I feel like corpse cap's going to be like poisons and stuff, right? Let's try that. Ooh, stone skin potion. $89. All right, so this potion. During your turn, perform ward self. Nice. That's actually really good. So ward, for those who don't know, is kind of like the opposite of wound, which is that while you have ward active, at the beginning of your turn, you're going to heal 1. Until you take any damage from any source, then you would lose ward. But this could be a really nice way that if you get toward the end of the room, you can, and you've maybe taken a bunch of damage, but the enemies are all dead, you can put ward on yourself, you can long rest, you're going to gain a load of HP over the next couple of turns and get yourself up to a really nice level. Ward is like really good. Oh, sorry, no. Yeah, that's yeah, I'm getting confused. Sorry, yeah. No, I'm talking about ward is not that. Ward is that you do half damage the next time you're attacked. Sorry. Yeah. I'm wrong. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I get confused with regenerate, or what is it? Regenerate? Is it even called regenerate? That just sounds wrong to me. Sorry, yeah, I'm getting confused. So ward isn't that. Sorry, ward is basically the next time you take damage, you take half that amount of damage and then you discard it. So ward's not as good as that. I mean, it's not bad effect, but it's maybe a little bit inconsistent because, of course, enemy could like draw like -1, -2, and then it's not as much damage anyway, and it kind of feels a bit meh. Not only attack, any stuff. Yeah, exactly. So like it's really bad against wound. It's bad against like short resting and stuff like that. Like you can get screwed over. Inconsistent is accurate. It gets better as levels increase. Yeah, when enemies start hitting you, like, I mean, that last scenario, I was getting hit for like 4 pretty reliably from the elites. When you start getting hit for like numbers like that, 4+, and it starts actually saving you potentially like 2-3 damage like regularly, then obviously it's pretty good. But a single use item like this that takes up a small item slot, I think it's too much. Like obviously if we get 1 copy for free, we'll give that to the drifter because he's the one who's going to want it. But yeah, for me it's not a this isn't really going to be something we're going to use. But I mean, if we get a free potion slot, the next time we get another potion slot, maybe. You like it with your high level bone shaper? Helps with some high level cards. Yeah, I mean, like if you have to take a bunch of damage for something, there's definitely good uses for it. It's not bad. It's just a little bit more situational, and especially like when I've already got like 2 really nice potions, I'm not going to be swapping out my potions for it. I could, in theory, like this is the kind of thing now where I could distill it. So I could distill it and get the corpse cap back because it's an item that I don't really care about. To be honest, that sounds probably like the way I should do it. Because I could distill this, I could get the corpse cap back, and then I could discover another potion, which I think sounds like the way to do it, really. Having thought about it more. So let's do that. So we're going to distill this to get the corpse cap back. Because it is rare, and we would rather find like what the good stuff is. So we'll do corpse cap with the arrow vine instead then. Cure potion. Oh no. Getting all of the hits. So that's 87. 87. Is this going to be the classic? It's looking very much like the classic. During your turn, remove 1 negative condition. This item can be used while you have impair or stun. So yeah, cure potion is an item that was in Gloomhaven. This is exactly the same. But before there was a minor and there was a major. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but yeah. Cure potion was something that certain characters could use to really good effect. saw for the main part. Like, so there was a couple of characters who could really use it to really like enable their character in a really good way, but there wasn't many, so it was an underwhelming item in Gloomhaven. Having said that, though, like the general power level in Frosthaven is a bit lower, so items like this can be a little bit more interesting, as well as I don't really know about all of the characters yet, so there could well be some characters who really like to use this. So again, it's not one that I'm probably going to be using with these two characters, but I think it's something that you can certainly use. Geminate can work this hard, plus several lock classes. There you go. So if it's got more use in this game than it did in Gloomhaven, then that's all good. But it's, again, not something that I really want for my characters. So I guess we can distill again against the cost cap. This feels a bit cheaty, but sure. I mean, if this is the intent, but I can now distill again, and I can use a snow thistle. This is exactly what's expected for level 2 alchemists. Okay. This is just a way for you to like really open stuff up quickly. Poison vial. Okay. This could be... This is a little bit more corpse cap. Hang on. Did I just open the right one? Oh, I did. Thank God. I thought I opened the wrong one then. 95. Okay. During your turn, poison, range 1. Easy. Hey, this is actually, like, not bad. The thing with, So, like, the thing with something like a poison dagger, right? Because this is, like, you're gonna compare this to something like poison dagger, and you can be like, well, this isn't as good as poison dagger. Because poison dagger you can use multiple times, right? Well... Obviously, there's some good situations where you don't actually... You can do this before you do your attack. So, Poison Dagger is like added on to an attack at the end. So that attack you make with the Poison Dagger does not benefit from the poison itself. Poison Vial will allow you to do that. So I can see that being like a nice little upside. Like you can immediately get some damage. You could also just use it as some cheeky shenanigans to like stop an enemy from healing. Like if you're against a really annoying enemy and they're about to heal, you could chuck a poison on them to stop them from healing, which could, you know, make or break certain scenarios, or really like prevent an enemy from just being super annoying. Like there are so many times when I'm like, please just don't heal, and if an enemy can heal, they'll be so annoying. Like the other situation is that like maybe you could like if you're a ranged character, you could actually potentially use this, so you could use it and then you could move away and then do your attack. So there's little elements of that there. The other thing is it frees up your hand items for more important things or better things. So stuff like, you know, we want to use crude spear. If you want to use armor items, stuff like that. Like it frees up your hand slots, which is quite nice for different items. Of course, it does use a small item slot. In Gloomhaven, the small item slot was the most premium slot of all of the slots. So, you know, every item that you had there had to really do something. But that might not necessarily be true here. Like, it might be fairly comparable. So, I think Poison Vial is actually, like, pretty nice little item. And, like, this would be one that I'm actually, like, quite happy to, like, okay, I'll keep a copy of this for now. And then if a certain scenario looks like it will be good for it, or when I unlock another slot on the Drifter, I'll use it. Because the Drifter is going to definitely be within range 1 of enemies all the time. So, like, seems fine. I'll keep that. There's no point distilling anyway, because I don't have any more combinations with the corpse cap that I can do. I could do, like... I think I've done all of the others. Yeah, all of the others I've done. Oh, I could do Rockroot Arrowvine. I could do Rockroot Arrowvine as well, is one thing I can do now. So maybe we'll do that, but I'm gonna keep one copy of this for sure. Seems good. Also, Poison Dagger is a bit harder to get your hand on outside of character creation. Yeah, that too, right? Poison Dagger is only available at either when you create your character or when you get that Traveling Merchant event. So let's let's do this one as well. Why not? Arrowvine, Rockroot. Healing Potion! Hooray! There it is. I was like, when are we gonna actually get that? Damn. I was like, there's gotta be one in there, surely. Surely. Huzzah! The classic healing potion. During your turn, perform heal 3 self. So it's minor healing potion, basically, from Gloomhaven. If we had gotten this very early on, I would probably still be rocking it. Because I see with the Drifter, this would count as a plus heal. So you can make a heal 5. Your healing potion is suddenly a heal 5. Very good. So again, I will keep a copy of this on my Drifter, and maybe we'll swap some items out here and there if we want to. I'm not convinced I need the stamina potion, to be honest, on the Drifter. So maybe we can swap something out for the healing potion. But that's good. What a good alchemy phase this time. Right, so we've done alchemy. We've done leveling up. I'm not going to craft any items because there's nothing that I'm particularly excited about right now with the crafting. So that means we go to building phase, basically. So I think we said we were going to try and maybe build the walls. I don't think we can level up much. Okay, here you go. I'm gonna see most of it. It's hard because I'm like basically shoving this into my camera at the other side of the table. Camera is slowly creeping up as I shove it into the camera. Okay, so we've got a wall here we can build. In terms of upgrading the buildings, though, we have got pretty low prosperity, so we can't update a lot of these. Oh, we could update the craftsman. I guess we could build the sled as well if we wanted to. Then we would have the option of maybe doing that mission if we really wanted to. Maybe we just upgrade the craftsman because we've got a lot coming for the wall sometime soon. So we could get level 3 craftsman. That would also mean that the next time we get that calendar event, we will actually trigger the event, which is kind of cool. Gives us a bit of incentive to go for it. So in order to do this, we need prosperity 2, which we have. We need 3 wood, 2 iron, and 2 hide, which I think we might have all of that in supply. Oh, we don't. We have to rob some. Let's rob 3 from there, 3 from there. 3 from there. 3 from there. 3 from there. 4, 3, 4. And then maybe 1, 1, 1. Right, so we got plenty in the supply now. So 3, 2, 2, we'll do that. I can retcon a resource purchase if I need to. You promise you won't tell Isaac. No, I'm good. We got plenty of resources. We're good. We just need the prosperity to go up, really, so we can start building, like, the bigger versions of these other things. It's all about prosperity for us now, I think. Where are my stickers at? The level 3 craftsman looks exactly the same as the level 2 craftsman. Is that just me? Oh no, he has an anvil out front. He has an anvil. He's upgraded to an anvil. If you guys can see it, it's down here. Whoa there, Nelly. What's that in that corner? It looks like it's attaching to that building. Is it? It is. Oh, that's fucking... What? What? This doesn't fully overlap the sticker. What? It's like way higher than the other sticker. Oh no, maybe I'm just being silly. Okay, no, that seems to work. Yeah, it doesn't fully overlap the other sticker. What's that about, huh? Good enough. Right, now we need to get the level 3 guy out. So, immediately we're going to gain 1 prosperity and we're going to add some items. So we're going to gain 16 to 20. There's a lot of items here. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Oh, I accidentally picked up ones that were not the ones I should have. 15. How have I collected the right ones? Right, so the items we have is we have a well-strung bow. Ooh. During your turn, add +1 range to all your ranged attacks. That's cool. That's a nice, significant upgrade over the other bow. Well-strung bow. I like that. We have Ringing Hammer. During your attack ability, add muddle to all attacks. It could be pretty nice. Look at what you need to craft it though. That's a hefty craft device. You need axe nut. That's rare. Is that axe nut? Yeah. That's rare. Rough boots. During your turn, add +1 to all your move abilities. Yay! But it's +1 to all of your move abilities. So I guess if you got multiple moves on one ability, this would give you multiple points of movement. And you need the other pair of boots and a bit of hide. This could be an easy upgrade. Not bad. I like that. Cured leather armor. On your next 2 attacks targeting you, the attacker gains disadvantage. I don't know what's the difference between this and the original leather armor. Is the only leather armor only 1 trigger or something? Maybe this is 2 and so the other one was only 1? I can't remember. Seems okay. I'm kind of hoping for a better metal armor here though. Oh no. Don't think there's much here for my characters. Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe the bow. The Deathwalker. Inspiring helmet. During your turn, grant all adjacent allies move 2. Interesting. Okay, that could be that would be really good for the Bone Shaper or something, right? But like, you'd want that on maybe like a summoning character, or maybe the Banner Spear would maybe use something like this. Look what item it's needing. 98 on the cured leather armor. Oh, the poison potion or something? The 95, no. That's a potion though, right? Oh, it's the unhealthy potion. Oh, I see. I was going to say, like, all of those are like... Oh, so you'd need the unhealthy potion to make the cured leather armor. Interesting. It's kind of cool. I like it. I like that there's a use for it. I think out of these items, like, I really like the bow. Bow's really cool. There's no item that immediately jumps out at me. I guess I could, in theory, use the cured leather armor on the Deathwalker now. Could also just use the rough boots, to be honest. I could use rough boots on the Drifter, maybe. I don't know. Nothing here is immediately jumping out at me. I guess Ringing Hammer would be quite nice. I was really hoping for something a little bit more metallic. You tan it? Yeah. Nice. Well, that's cool. Some like some pretty decent items there, definitely. Like maybe not ones for our character right now, our characters right now, but there's some really, those are some really good, decent items that you definitely like can see being useful for certain characters for sure. Okay, great. So this needs to go into deck. So let's do some stickers. J6, F6. J6, F6. Those Chester Craftsmen, they just got their anvil. Not bad. See, F6. EF. Do 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 do. I like it when they line up with something on the board, because then it's like, I know that I'm doing it right. Most of them do, all have done that, to be fair. Yeah, there's the line. Nice. Cool. Well, there we have it, everyone. There we have another successful outing in Frosthaven. Making some good progress. You know, we're getting there. We're getting there. And, like, I guess, like, we can't go and do the sled one now, so we can continue doing the catacombs one maybe afterwards. We're just kind of waiting for a few little things to happen now. Continue on with the main story, I guess, at this point in time, because a few of our little side routes have closed up. So we'll continue maybe doing the catacombs one next time. Feels like a good idea to maybe make a little bit more progress along the main story before we hit winter, which will be soon.
I think still, yeah.
Oh,
Scout
that's the blessing from Cowboy.
Yeah.
That's the blessing from.
Isaac, at this point, can we get your approval to add an additional attack modifier deck for allies in the digital